Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the strangest back to school night I have been a part of ever in my 20 years of teaching. And I was going to try to make a really perfect video and give like graphics and everything, but I thought what was more important tonight was, as always, I want you to see me in the environment that your kids see me every day. And I want you to know that yes, that whir of the fan in the background is because my AC hasn't really worked since the start of school and it's about 80 degrees in here. And I'm dripping sweat. Yes, there is a paperclip holding my tie down right now. Yes, I am wearing shorts underneath this desk. So I want you to know that as kind of bedlam and chaotic as all of this is, it's gonna be okay. And as I tell your kids every single day, I am here. And I'm really excited to be back in science. And that adds a brand new element. Matter of fact, a huge element. I want to show you something. This is my room right now. And as you can see, it is certainly not in any shape to be taking kids back into my classroom right now. But it will be. It will be by the time we get back here. And if we come back in a couple weeks, that'll be great. And if we don't come back in a couple weeks, that'll be great. And if your kids decide to stay at home, that'll be great. I do more than anything want you to know that I am here. And I mean that I am here at this desk every day for all 35 minutes of your students' period. I'm here on Wednesdays for 2 hours from 10 to noon. That Mr. H office on Google Meet. You kids can pop in and see me and ask me questions. I have spent the first couple weeks throwing things at the wall to see what would stick. And some things have stuck really well and they're working really well, and other things were an abysmal failure. And we dropped those and we're moving on. I don't want your kids to stress out. I want your kids to enjoy science. I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure your kids get their hands on science and touch science this year. Grades are going to be a little bit wonky, but I am going to show nothing but grace. Now, the questions I always get asked if you were sitting here with me are, what do you expect of us? Well, I hope that you can find, in whatever your chaos is going on, a space for your kids to work. And I know that that's not always possible. And I know it's certainly not easy. I have 3 kids at home myself who are trying to do school, 2 high schoolers and a 6th grader this year. And so I understand the heartbreak of my 6th grader being excited to go to middle school and not really getting the opportunity right now to physically go. My freshman is also kind of a little brokenhearted that she not only missed her 8th grade promotion stuff, but also is starting a very weird freshman year. That is not great, not ideal, it's not perfect, but we're here. And I'm gonna help your kids get through. And I just want you to understand that more than anything tonight. We have office hours. Like I said, every Wednesday we have office hours from 10 to noon. That's an open meet. It's Google Meet is the code Mr. H Office. And your kids can come on and ask me any questions. I generally stay on a little bit longer than that. I answer emails as often as I can. I do have to shut off at some point in the afternoon, early evening, and go home and spend some time with my kids and try to help them decompress from their day. So I know what it is. We've been spending a lot of time swimming in the swimming pool and going for walks and trying to stay cool. So that is important right now. As far as the science curriculum goes, we are doing NGSS-based curriculum. I am going to do as much as I can to keep our traditions of Hughes alive in the 8th grade science department. I have been in contact with Mr. Weber, and I know I am no Mr. Weber, but I am going to do everything I can to keep his fun labs and the great way that science has been taught at this school for the years. And we're going to keep that legacy going. Now, as far as other daily business things, I need your kids to contact me if they can't get on, if they're having issues. And that can be an email, that can be any number of things. I am actually going to provide a phone number this week, and I didn't want to give it to them until then, but when I was teaching summer school, I bought a specific phone for summer school. And so it's a different number. It's not the school number, but it also allows the kids to leave text messages and reach me directly. And so if they leave me a text message, or you send me a text message on that, I will try to respond as best I can, but I leave that on my desk. I leave that here at school at the end of the day. I don't take that home with me. So you can always email me, and if I happen to be reading email, I'll respond. But don't panic. That's my number one thing, is if your kids are struggling, stop. Have them take a deep breath. Tell them Mr. Hollingshead understands, because I do. And put them to bed. Let them get some sleep, and we'll figure it out tomorrow. I will absolutely be here to help them with that. There are some tough things. There are going to be some hard learning curves that we're going through right now, but we're going to do this together, all of us and the kids. They just need to stay in contact with me. My attendance is taken on a Google form every day. It's the same link, same form. It tells me what time the kids logged in and filled out the form, but that is my major way of taking attendance. I have generally about 40 kids per class, and that becomes daunting trying to see them as they play whack-a-mole, popping in and out all the time to try to take attendance that way. And so the thing that I threw at the wall that seemed to stick was the Google form. And so they can fill out that Google form every day. I don't close it out until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when I finally shut down that form. But again, if they're having issues and they've done the work and they just couldn't get in, they need to let me know. All right? There are going to be grades this year, and we are holding them accountable. We are going to provide rigor, and we're going to find a way to teach great science. My major goal is to get them to touch it, hands-on, do as much stuff as they can, go out, explore, do science. I may ask you to let them make a slight mess in your kitchen occasionally, maybe to look at viscosity for a couple liquids or something of that nature, but they're always optional. If we ever do a lab that they can't participate in, I will show the lab and they just need to record it. So that's the big things that I need you to know. I am excited. I'm very excited for your kids. I'm very excited for this school year. It is like being underwater, but I'm your lifeline in this regard. So I'm going to show you how to breathe underwater when it comes to doing science. And then it's a whole new world down there underwater. So don't try to keep your head above the water on this one. We're going to go exploring. So thank you. I am going to be in my open meeting for 10 minutes, and feel free to pop in and say hi or ask me some questions. I'm looking forward to a great year. We'll talk to you later.